Remember, we've got to look at the camera, not the screen.
Okay.
The camera.
It's very distracting.
I know it's a pain in the ass, but you have to get used to that because people are saying that, yeah, when you're looking at the screen, when you look at, you're like, no, we've got to look at the screen. It is a bit tall, isn't it?
It's fine.
Yeah, but see, they're fine.
We look good, mate. We're handsome guys. We're young.
Ish.
Hello and welcome to the latest exciting instalment of the Bad Wolf podcast. I don't know what number it is, so we're just calling it.
It's been so long since we've done one.
I know. I feel really rusty. I don't know how I could be rusty from talking, but I'm incredibly rusty.
Yeah, you talk all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
half the stuff you tell me I don't listen to, but you do like to talk.
Hey?
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 Game over, man. Game over.
Oh, Bill Paxton.
Rest in peace. Peace? Peace. I'm not with it.
Oh, man. So
yeah.
sad. So young.
So if you don't mind us, I'm going to be honest. We have a screen behind us that is like showing us on the screen behind us.
I feel very
behind the
professional.
Camera. I know, right? I thought, I'm going to get a
looks
lead for the
great.
camera and plug it into the TV and see if it works, and it all works fine. It's just like when I'm doing my gaming. But when I'm gaming, I'm looking to that main screen, so I don't even notice that's recording.
We should explain, some people might just be watching, listening to the audio.
Oh yeah, so if this is for the audio, we decided to do a video podcast. So if we pick up anything or if we do anything, we'll try to explain it in the description. I'm looking at the mic like the mic can actually see what I'm doing.
And you've got a sexy new mic.
I got a sexy new mic. I've got a new television, which is a new monitor for my computer. I've been making a few changes. As you can see, I've got new
blinds.
New blinds
They look
because
good.
the netting was just getting a little bit old and tattered, and it makes it easier for when we're recording. And what else?
I got a new mic, but it doesn't work.
But Martin got a new mic, but at least my stuff works.
Yeah, your stuff works.
So 50-50.
You went for the blue mic.
The blue, yeah. I couldn't afford the Yeti.
The Snowball.
I couldn't afford the Yeti, so I went with the Snowball, which is actually decent. As long as it's in its little cubby hole, it's fine.
Yeah.
There's not so much noise it can hear.
So what have you been up to, mate? Tell the good people what you've been doing.
Nothing.
Same here. I've
Just
got a job.
Now I was driving.
driving.
I've been driving a lot. Still working in the same place.
Kind of real life has really impaired our recording recently. We've met up a few times, but we've gone for drinks or we watched a film or something. We've not actually sat down and dedicated time to record. This is the first time since, October? Maybe. I know Pete's done a couple of interviews, and just yesterday I was at Walker Stalker, and that was okay. I got an interview with Michael Trainer, but that's going to come up on the podcast feed. I won't be able to put it up on this.
Thank you, man. No!
Spoilers. But yeah, he played Nicholas. Super nice guy in real life.
Yeah.
Like, he played such a despicable character on The Walking Dead.
We had this theory yesterday that you pointed out.
Yeah, I said that whenever you meet somebody who's played like a really villainous type of character, they're always super nice in real life. So I've got this theory that nice people on TV are just bastards.
Yeah, like are portrayed as bastards. Are they the worst version of themselves that they can be on the TV, but come out as like the nicest people ever, and the nice people are like completely and utter see you next Tuesdays when you meet them in person.
They must be.
So yeah, that was Martin's theory, and I thought, that's actually quite,
Next time I interview an actor, I'm going to ask, is this nice guy on the show as nice? But they might not say.
Yeah, can't say.
But
gonna get fired.
We both recently saw Logan, and that's what we're pretty much here to talk about. But before we discuss that, how do you feel about the XMen franchise overall? Because it's been going for 17 years now. Which is impressive.
Been that long?
Yeah, the first one came out in 2000. I saw the first one in America.
Yeah.
In July 2000, I went in Las Vegas by myself down the strip to the cinema. I didn't know what US ratings were. I didn't know if I was going to be able to see the film. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I could because it's PG-13.
Aww.
But this was back in the day where films took like 6 months to come out in the UK.
Yeah.
So by the time it came out in the UK, it was like October, and all my friends were getting excited for it, and I'd already seen it.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about the franchise overall? I know they've had some missteps.
Yeah.
Because we saw Last Stand together. Remember? And we just absolutely hated that one.
Yeah, that was one of the worst ones that they've done. Yeah, it's been good, but I have to say Logan was one of the most enjoyable films I have, because I know they wanted to make sure they appealed to all generations that had been to see it, and it was open for a broader audience to be able to go in and watch the film, which I can understand fully. But I'm happy that they made this film a 15 and made it.
Yeah, let's talk about the ratings, because in America it's known as R-rated, and in America you have to be over 17 to see an R-rated film.
Yes,
but anyone under 17 can go with anyone over 21. Which just seems like a ludicrous system to me.
Yeah, but
whereas in the UK it's a 15, which that means absolutely nobody under the age of 15 can see it, regardless of who they go with.
Yeah.
So obviously a few people slip through.
As
some 14-year-olds might get through, but
because they look older.
As a rule, nobody under 15 will be admitted to see it.
And you can understand why watching the film you will see how violent this film is. So, I mean, it is. They done the comics proud.
So it's loosely based on Old Man Logan. For those who don't know, in Old Man Logan, he's not travelling around with Professor X, he's travelling around with a blind Hawkeye.
Yes.
But obviously, because of complicated legal reasons, they can't use Hawkeye.
Yeah.
So what do you make of this adaptation?
I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was very well done, very well written. It was, because it was, in a way, in some respects, the violence adds to the story a lot more, because that is what Wolverine's life is. He has to fight. Those claws were put in him for him to be a detriment to the company who he was drugged and used for. I can't remember the name of the company. And his life was nothing but pure violence until he got into the X-Men. His life was violence. Even in the X-Men and after the X-Men, his life was violence.
Yeah.
And in that, you could just see what he went through just to protect Xavier, what he was like when he needed to be. Even trying to, even when he had to be there for the little girl who came in, and then you'd realize what she's capable of, and you're like, oh man! But the fact that that there's something wrong with him, but you just don't know what.
Yeah, because this is an older Wolverine.
Spoiler.
Yeah, his claws aren't coming out all the way.
Whoops, I'm like leaning down, going
one of them. Because he's trying to talk into the mic. Yeah. But yeah, one of them won't retract all the way, and he has to yank it out.
Yeah.
He's older, he's slower, he's more grizzled and bruised.
Yeah.
Xavier's 90 years old, and his mind is warping and going.
Yeah.
And basically, they're hiding out in Mexico, and Xavier's kept in his metal tank to try and contain his powers.
Yeah.
So, are you sad to see Hugh Jackman go?
I'm extremely sad. He's been around for, like you say, 17 years.
Yeah.
He's been there since the beginning. I like it when they had the changes. You've seen memes of people when they were doing the Graham Norton, that it was the younger versions of Xavier. And
how long did this interview last?
And then it changes to the older. Yeah, and that was brilliant, and things like that. And he's been the same character since the beginning. They have not changed him since the beginning. And now he's like, enough's enough. I have to say goodbye because, I'm getting on.
Well, he looks great for his age. He's in his 40s now. Yeah. And he looks better than we do in our 30s.
Yep.
But,
we don't have the money. If we had the money, we would look that good.
How much longer can you pretend Hugh Jackman still looks 26?
Exactly.
So I like the fact that they aged him here. I like the fact that they gave him a daughter. Yeah. I like the fact that he's looking after Xavier. Let's talk about, what did you make of Stephen Merchant? Because that was a big bone of contention when his casting was announced. Is people were asking, how's he going to fit into this world? So Stephen Merchant played Caliban, and I thought he did a great job.
As a mutant hunter.
I thought he added a lot of humanity to the film that otherwise would have been missing.
Because you said he was going to be comic relief. But what I saw of him is it's not... He played a detriment part as into making it... Given a reason for the company to keep finding him and stuff like that and stuff, and what his part was to help look after the old man while he was going even more senile. But as I said, spoiler alert. But I liked it. I thought he'd done a good job in it.
Yeah, I thought it was great, and he even said on Twitter he was grateful for all the outpouring of love because it made the 3 hours in makeup each day worth it.
Yeah, I bet it must have been a pain in the backside.
So, what do you make of the overall tone of this? Because I've seen a lot of people say they didn't mind the violence, but they didn't like the swearing. They feel like the swearing was out of place.
Yeah, the swearing it did feel like it was a bit too much.
Could that be because we've had 17 years of not hearing his characters swear?
Yeah, well, that's one thing. All of a sudden I know in the comics, and I know that he does swear a lot in the comics, but Charles Xavier swearing is what threw me off. That's the only thing that threw me off was Charles Xavier swearing. But sorry, I was just remembering a part of the film where Logan's telling him that they need to keep moving. He goes, "Yeah, I'm not a box of avocado." Charles Xavier swearing, yeah, but I can understand that because he's going senile, so he's not as prim and proper as he was when he was running the school. But in a way, I can't complain. It was good. I enjoyed it. Even the swearing, I enjoyed. I was just happy that the children wasn't swearing like crazy. If the children were swearing, then I would have had a problem with it. But the children weren't swearing. I liked... What had me laughing is there was a little fat black kid, and oh my God, that little dude could laugh, man. I leaned over to...
Oh, he did some chipping.
I leaned over to my friend, and I was like, oh my God, this dude is hauling ass faster than me.
Yeah, I can't move that quick.
I was like, if that was me, I would have had a heart attack. 34 years old, I wouldn't have survived.
So what did you make of the inclusion of not only X-23 but X-24?
Yeah, I like that. I liked it when he's when he's having a conversation when
Xavier's
having a conversation with him, and he leans over him, and because she doesn't notice it's not him, because she's sleeping, and then when she realizes what's happened, then she starts going in. But yeah, I liked it. I did like it.
And Richard E. Grant was in this. I forgot he was going to be in it until
when I saw him, I was like, oh my word. Wow, I haven't seen him in like forever.
I thought he was great as a villain. I'd love to see him return. I'd love to see Stephen Merchant return.
We've had this conversation. They've even had adverts about English people playing villains. We just do it so damn well.
We do. I think that goes back to like the American War for Independence, and they still harbour that we're the bad guys.
But we wasn't. We were looking after them. We were giving them rubs and tummy tickles.
Yeah, so I am sad to see Hugh Jackman go, but let's not forget that when he was announced in 1999, there was a big geek outcry about his casting.
Yeah.
And now nobody wants to see him leave. Nobody can imagine anyone else playing Wolverine.
Yeah.
But in 1999, all we knew about Hugh Jackman, don't forget, the internet was still in its infancy back then. Yeah. You couldn't just go on IMDb and look up what he'd done.
Because there was no IMDb then?
You couldn't go on YouTube and see clips of him in something else. Because
there was no YouTube then?
So basically, all anybody knew about Hugh Jackman was that he was a 6'4" Australian and he was going to be playing the 5'4" Canadian Wolverine, and the only thing he had done before is musical theatre.
And now he pulled it off 17 years later.
Absolutely nailed it. But yeah, let's not forget... I mean, when I was at college, one of my teachers was such an X-Men fan. He had a Wolverine tattoo on his arm.
Wow.
He heard about Hugh Jackman's casting and he closed lessons down for that day.
Oh, wow.
He was upset. It was this guy named Mark. He was incredibly upset. I can't remember his last name. I'd love to catch up with him now and be like, what did you think of Hugh Jackman?
Yeah, throughout his growing, because he most probably loved it, because he done a good job of playing.
Yeah, and they finally made a good Wolverine movie with this.
A good Wolverine movie. I mean, he was good as Wolverine throughout the film.
Yeah, he's been consistent.
He was able to depict his story properly.
Yeah, because
that's what they done.
X-Men Origins Wolverine. It's no secret. It's not a great film.
Yeah,
the Wolverine starts off really strongly.
Yeah.
But then it just sort of filters away. And then the next year you had the Days of Future Past, which completely erases the Wolverine.
Yeah, because they knew, we fucked up. Time to change it.
And I feel like...
Actually, he didn't erase Days of Future Past, he erased everything up to that point.
Everything. And I feel that this is the Wolverine film Hugh Jackman deserved.
Yeah.
It's to send off Hugh Jackman.
But again, he had to fight for it. He even took a pay cut.
For this, yeah.
He had to take a pay cut because it's like, you know what, Deadpool done well.
Yeah.
And I can understand that. It's not even because of the violence. It's just it's harder to make a film, have it set out for a generation of youngsters and not like ruin their minds.
Well, there's people that would have gone to see this that weren't even alive when the first X-Men film came out.
Yeah, exactly. And then you're understanding that they're coming into this, like, they might not even seen the comics. They come straight to seeing the films. And the films are being soft. And then they're not getting a true picture of Wolverine, what Wolverine's like. And it's like, you know what? Deadpool comes in and you know there's no way in hell Deadpool can be a 12A or anything like that. Because Deadpool is nothing but pure violence because that dude is warped in the head.
Did you see the teaser that they put out?
I saw the teaser, and then I saw the proper. Well, I want to tell the truth. I saw the
leaked one first.
Yeah, the leaked one.
So
then I saw the one that Ryan Reynolds, which was longer, which I didn't notice, which I liked, and I liked that Stan Lee was in it, and I enjoyed that. And it's like, okay, Wolverine is similar to Deadpool. They both have violent pasts, and they have violent. They had to go through a lot of things that were violent, but Wolverine was made to be not so, which I understand because in like Wolverine, the film was a little bit more violent.
Well, let's not forget when X-Men first came out. X-Men came out after Batman and Robin, after Spawn, after Steel, and the only reason X-Men got made is because Blade hit. Yeah. And Blade was an R-rated film that ended up being 18 in the UK.
Yeah. So it would have been 15 now if it would have come out.
So Fox were taking a huge gamble on making the X-Men, which is why if you watch the first one, it's very cheap. There's not a lot of action.
Yeah.
It's very static camera.
Yeah.
And they took a more cynical approach, as in they're not wearing their comic book costumes.
Yeah.
Whereas I think if they made that film now, they would have their comic book costumes.
Yeah.
But we're a lot more cynical in 2000.
Yeah.
So that's why they all had the black leather.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see Fox took a huge gamble on making X-Men.
Yeah, I can understand that, and they had to make it because they was like, okay, this could go wrong. So if we make it for a wider audience, it will generate enough money. We might not make our money back, but we'll generate enough money because all the younger generation will most probably enjoy it.
Yeah.
More than the older generation. But now, having experienced those films and then seeing Logan, I'm like, shit, man.
Yeah, I want more like this. There's certain comic characters you could give an R-rated film to. I think you could do a Batman that's R-rated.
Well,
I don't think you could do Superman, but you could definitely do an R-rated Batman.
Well, they should make Batman much darker.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They should make Batman much darker. But it's harder to make Batman darker and then make the Justice League soft.
So Patrick Stewart.
That's why I'm happy. Sorry, that's why I'm happy they made Logan the way they made Logan, because it was like extremely, extremely dark. And then hold on. Yeah, made it extremely, extremely dark, and then oh god, now I've lost my train of thought because I had to stand up. Yeah, so they made it extremely dark. And sorry, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they made Logan extremely dark because it was the last film with Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart in. So.
Well, Patrick Stewart revealed on Graham Norton that this is his last.
Yeah, because that's what he said.
And he has since said that if he can be in Deadpool 2, he will come back as Professor X. But as of now, he thinks this is the perfect send-off to the character.
Yeah.
Which I agree. I really agree. This is a great way. And I would love to see Stephen Merchant come back as Caliban in another X-Men movie.
Because this one's set right in the future, so if they want to, they can do as much more if they feel like it.
Yeah. Well, I've always been confused with the timeline of the X-Men movies. I don't mean like the recasts and the reboots. I mean the first one, when we very first meet Rogue in X-Men.
Don't you tipping that on my bed or my floor?
It says set in the not too distant future. So I always took that to be like 2020.
Yeah. But
Logan is set in 2029.
Is it set in 2029?
Yeah. And Days of Future Past is 2023.
Huh.
So what happens in that time between 23 and 29 that all the mutants are wiped out?
That is a good question. It's still
I like here that he's using James Howlett. That's his name again.
Is that his real name?
Yeah.
That's his real name?
Yeah. He took Logan because that was the name of his real dad.
Oh. Who's his... Oh, the one that he...
Yeah.
Oh. The one that he...
None of it matters anymore. It doesn't exist in the continuity of the films.
Oh, yeah.
So, overall, how would you rate Logan?
I'm going to say 8 out of 10.
I'd say about the same. I really liked it.
Really good film. Really well thought out.
Probably one of the best superhero movies we've ever seen.
Yeah. It is one of... Well, next to Deadpool, who's not really a superhero. He's an anti-superhero. But it's one of the best films that I have seen this year so far.
So, moving forward, where would you like to see Fox take the X-Men next? Complete reboot?
No, I don't know. It's hard. Because the ones with all the youngsters, I haven't really liked.
So would you like them to age X-23 and set one a couple of years in the future where she's now the full version of Wolverine? And she's working with a new band of X-Men.
That could be a good thing. That could, if you like revamped it and completely changed it and made it that version, then yeah, it could go with it, and then you could make it a little bit more adulty.
There was a slight moment I was worried in this film. It's where they go to the family's house.
I knew that was going to happen.
Remember in X-Men Origins when he goes to that old couple's house, and I thought, this is going to be the worst part of the film, but it ended up being really emotional.
Yeah.
And like it really grounded these characters.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a great addition.
It was like I say, it was very well done. You knew it was going to happen, but it was very well done.
Yeah.
I mean, we are spoiling the hell out of this film, so you best...
Yeah, we're jumping all over the place because we saw it a couple of days ago and we're just trying to go from memory. Yeah. But overall, I really enjoyed it and I highly recommend you go and see Logan.
No, I highly recommend you go see Logan. You don't even need to go see it in 3D. I mean, it is really well done. I mean, it's sad to see what happened to him and stuff like that, but then realise that, you know, things have changed and he's come to deal with the changes and he's trying to sort it out and he's trying to be protective as well as look after himself as well, stuff like that, because he knows what certain people are capable of, and he knows what Charles Xavier is capable of if he's not medicated and looked after properly.
Yeah.
But it is well worth a watch. You need to go watch it as soon as possible because it is an awesome film.
Yeah.
Awesome layout, awesome setup. That, you know, it's like, the future, certain things have moved on in the future, other things have not.
Yeah.
That it's still...
I like that it was still recognisable.
Yeah,
like, cars
exactly.
are the same.
Yeah,
they've got automated trucks, but like your standard
his
car is the same.
And his Chrysler was a bit more up to date, but things like that was a change because, that could be possibly what would look like in the future.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that, you know, it's like we had come into a stall and we hadn't been able to progress anymore in the future, and everything had to stop, and that is what it was from like 2017 to 2029. It's only a few things that had like...
Well, it's like 8 years away.
So it's like, that's 2029 and 2017. Think about that. That is more than 8 years, my friend. 2029 is 2017? I could do it. You could do it. 12 years.
12 years. I'm not good with maths, and I've been drinking. But yeah, moving on. We recently watched the Doctor Who teaser trailer for Series 10. What did you make of that?
Still not going to watch it.
Still not going to watch it. Are you excited to see Chris Chibnall take over? Because I watched episode 1 of Series 3 of Broadchurch, and the writing is so good. I mean, the subject matter is really harrowing, but the writing is just so good.
Broadchurch, Doctor Who. Sci-fi, not so sci-fi. It might suffer, because like I say, like...
Yeah, but he's written for Doctor Who before. He used to be the showrunner of Torchwood.
But what's his...
Stephen Moffat.
Thank you. Moffat had done some good ones. Blink.
Yeah.
That was brilliant. That was amazing.
I agree.
But you be a showrunner. Look, as it's been said, you can either die a hero or you can live long enough to become the villain.
And I'd say that about wraps it up for this episode of the Bad Wolf Podcast. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And hopefully it will not be a few months between episodes.
I hope not as well. Because
and hopefully the three of us can get together and do another video episode.
Yeah, we'll do a video. I just need to take the lights because I've told you I've gone all future. I've got two lamps either side. I've got a better camera. I've got a connection so I can actually look at the screen which I'm pointing at. And then I've got my microphone and stuff like that. I'm trying to bring it up a little bit so when we do record like that, I just need to get us some chairs so we're not sitting on my bed, so we're not dipped like this. Because I don't want to bring it too much because there's a whole load of crap on my bed that I do want to show. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. We'll try our best. Well, Martyn will try his best to come down here because it's me going, oh, do you want to come down? He's like, no. Then you go, no.
Do you want to plug the other projects that you're working on?
Well, oh yeah, the other projects that I'm working on, I have a vlog, Gerrod's Mindless Babble. No, wait, Gerrod's Mindless Vlogs. I've got my gaming channel, Gerrod's Playtime. I have my other channel, Gerrod's Mind Palace, which I haven't even uploaded on. What else am I doing? Oh, and I'm doing a gaming channel with one of my other friends, Insert Game Here, which is Insert Game Here with two little diamondy things like this on either side. But yeah, that's the other things. And then I'm working on a clothing range. As you can see, I've got one of the t-shirts on that I'm working on. But stuff like that. That is. I'm doing a hell of a lot this year, and I'm exhausted already because I'm also working.
All right, well, if this is your first episode, please rate and subscribe us down below.
And also check out our previous videos that we've done, and also the other audio that we have produced, because we are awesome, we are loved. I emotionally making.
We're loved.
I don't know. I doubt that too, mate. But you
know, we're tolerated.
Well, yeah, that's very well said. Very well said. That is what we are. We are tolerated. But thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and we will catch us again in the next episode once Martyn realizes what episode number is going to be.